Nidus Breachcast, the world's first identity management app made exclusively for identity experts and product owners, is available in the iOS App Store now.
So I am here with James from HID. First of all, what do you do at HID? What's your background?
Well, I have a technical background. I'm the senior sales engineer. So while the business is being done and the handshakes are being made, I'm the smart guy in the back of the room that answers the technical questions. And usually we're also called infrastructure engineers, so I can build out our future solution and what it possibly could look like for your company.
And how long have you been at HID?
For going almost 2 years now. Almost
Excellent.
2 years.
Were you guys at Identity Week last year?
Yeah, this is a big thing for HID. This is my first convention ever.
Oh wow.
But yeah, HID is pretty stable, pretty constant here as far as I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of the same vendors. Interviewed a lot of them at Identity Week last year, some of them at Identiverse earlier this year.
Okay.
So what does HID do for the people out there who are wondering about your company?
So generally, HID, we would take your identification, your ID, government issued, privately issued, put it on a form factor. Most people know HID because of work badges. If you're in the military, former military, you would know HID because of our CAT card program. The government CAT cards, those are ours. They come from HID. One of the newer things that we're doing, we're taking the card form factor and we're putting it in a key to kind of sort of keep up with how Yubikeys like kicking butt in the industry right now.
Sure.
So we have this new form factor, which is a key, and instead of carrying around a badge, you can use a key to use for your physical or logical access. So you would plug your key into your computer, and then there's a button on the back here that you press for your presence, and that's what actually does the multi-factor authentication for you.
So if Adam was here, who is way more of a tech person than myself, I'm just the media person, I know he would ask something about how do you make sure this is completely secure? If people are working with each other, what happens if someone swipes someone else's badge or UBK?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of government protocols and that our devices and our software have to follow. So FIPS, NIST, just a couple of government protocols off the top of my head. So everything has to be pre-tested, tested 1,000 times by different entities before we can even release it.
Excellent. So where do you see the future of this going? Anything with identity management, because every year this is becoming a more and more important issue.
Everything is going to the phone. Everything is going to the phone. When you leave the house, what's the mantra everybody uses, right, for the house? Do I have my keys, phone, wallet, right? Now, a lot of tech companies, they're putting the keys and the wallet on the phone. I can turn my car on now with my phone. So now, instead of having your average coworker, your average employee having to carry around something extra, we can put your ID on a phone now.
So you think Yubikeys and all this type of hardware is going to be going to the wayside soon?
I think eventually it will become obsolete.
Okay.
Not anytime soon, but I think eventually it will become obsolete. Everything is getting smaller and more convenient. We tried to make these small, right? Everything is getting smaller.
Small, yeah.
But now we're getting feedback that they're too small. So we're working on a new form factor with our keys. These are my favorite thing to demo and show people because it shows.
Are you able to demo on this right here? Or?
Actually, I don't have any of that with me. We're working on how to make this better, right? Because there are other people from other HID arms that are here. There are so many different divisions in HID. We don't normally talk to each other. We're so super focused and hyper focused on what we do. So next year we're going to try to have a bigger and better booth with different divisions in here so we can have everybody be able to join the conversation.
Excellent. All right, any last thoughts on Identity Week, identity management, the future, anything you want our viewers to know?
Everything, I'm having a lot of fun here, firstly. It's very interesting walking around and talking to the other companies. Everything's going to like biometrics.
Yes, a lot of biometrics here, just like last year, a lot of biometrics.
Yep, and with us, we're trying to keep up. We can put your biometrics on a card, and now we're trying to work on a form factor where we can put it on a key also. The other end though, right, as technology gets better, it's easier for the bad guys. So I actually just had a conversation with somebody earlier where we're gonna get to a point where everybody's fingerprints are gonna be floating around in cyberspace, right?
If not already, sure.
Right,
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
We're
then it's just
everybody's
about
social security number just leaked, as I'm sure you know.
right,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, I read about that. So then it's going to be about the fingerprints and how to figure out how to securely store those and transmit those. So to me, it's very interesting being able to speak with different companies who are on the cutting edge of different aspects of our industry.
Absolutely. So, yeah, keep tuned here to Nidus Anarchy series. We're going to have a bunch of interviews from Identiverse. Where could people learn more about HID?
HID.com.
Awesome.
HID.com, very easy. If you get to the website and it says talk to a professional, it's going to be me.
Perfect.
Nidus has just created the first iOS app made exclusively for identity management professionals. It's called Nidus Breachcast, and you can download it now. It's amazing. We have real-time updates of all the latest breaches that are occurring, CVEs as they come out real-time, really pertaining just to identity management. We have media that's going on this podcast. We're going to be bringing in a lot more others as well. And we even have a complete vendor list of all the identity management vendors and all their products, so you can find out exactly where to download their software, all the documentation. And what's even more awesome is an identity management glossary. All those crazy words and acronyms that we can never remember, they're all listed in there for you. No ads, just pure information to make your life simple.